This looks to be a bad sign for Rhea Ripley and her fans. In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what that sign is, why it's bad, and why you should care. Because Rhea Ripley is just a few weeks away from competing against Liv Morgan yet again at Bad Blood for the Women's World title. And it's a match that is very crucial. It's a match crucial for Rhea Ripley, her fans, Liv Morgan, that feud, everything that we have looked forward to seeing out of these two. Because this feud has been months in the making. And sure, we've seen them work at SummerSlam. And sure, we've seen them work at Bash in Berlin under different circumstances. But you guys got to remember that this is one of the biggest feuds that WWE has been doing all year long. I mean, think about this. It goes all the way back to not only WrestleMania, coming out of WrestleMania, but it also goes back to last year, right? Because Liv Morgan, she was dealing with a serious injury. She was going to have to take multiple months off. We knew it. And they decided, okay, let's do an angle out of it. That way, when she does return, she has someone to play with. And so that's exactly what they did. And so they did the injury angle and Rhea Ripley later out, yada, yada, yada. Coming out of Mania, we saw Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, they started their feud. And let's be real. Look, Liv, yeah, she was in a feud with Becky before Mania, but she lost that feud. It was a good feud, but she lost it. And she wasn't even used on WrestleMania. WrestleMania, Rhea Ripley, she works Becky Lynch. She goes over, retains the women's title. Coming out of it, she's about to enter into a program with Liv. She gets injured. It was most likely going to be a one-off anyways. They were just going to have someone. They needed someone for Rhea to beat, so they put Liv there. Then you have it turn into Liv Morgan was created as a big star, and oh, by the way, we have this built-in storyline with Rhea, so let's just run with it. And even though Rhea is not on television, let's have Liv just cut promos on her, right? And so they led and they did the SummerSlam match. So as we approach Bad Blood, what has recent history told us? Well, it's told us two things. One, they did the match at SummerSlam, and they gave Rhea an out because Dominic turned on Rhea and aligned officially with Liv. Okay, so we got that out of the way. Step number two, we had the mixed tag team match. We had Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley go up against Liv and Dirty Dom. And we had the babyfaces go over, rightfully so. Damian Priest, he needed a big win, right? So they did that. Great. Now we're going into Bad Blood. And now it's a situation in which, what do? Do you have Rhea go over and win the championship? Do you have and have her win 2 straight matches? Or do you give Liv another win? Here's another question. Here's a different element. Where do you go with this feud? Because that dictates the finish of this match at Bad Blood in Hot Atlanta in October. Because if you have Liv go over, then, okay, she's beat Rhea twice in singles matches. There's probably not a strong case for a third match, especially considering that you already had the outside interference by Dirty Dom. I guess you could do a match where they have some type of stipulation in which you can't have outside interference. Okay, you could do that. Or you could have Rhea go over, win the championship, and that leads to a third match because Liv, she earned, a rematch for her title. And then that would be the blow-off. Well, I was looking at the betting odds for this match at Bad Blood, Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan. And on Bet Online, Liv Morgan is a minus 300 favorite, which is actually a pretty sizable favorite, right? You got to lay down some serious cash to get her a decent ROI out of it. You really do. And Rhea was a plus 200 underdog. And that got me thinking, not only is Rhea not a favorite at all to win this title, but she's like a significant underdog. They're not going to have Rhea win this title here. According to Vegas, odds makers, they don't expect it. And it made me think, like, why? Why? I would say you have Rhea go over. Why wouldn't you? Like, okay, so in my eyes, this is such a huge feud that you have to get 3 matches out of. So you had Liv go over in the first match. You kept Rhea strong because you had outside interference from Dirty Dom. Okay. And that gave Rhea her out. And it gave more heat to Liv, and it continued the storyline. So there was a lot of things done in that match that made sense for the story. Okay, great. So you do a second match. which, by the way, I thought was brilliant because you didn't run it immediately back with a singles match, a one-on-one match between Rhea and Liv. What do? You do a mixed tag team match. Okay. And you give Rhea the win. Even better. So she gets a little bit momentum. We're just not beating the challenger like a drum. Damian Priest, he gets a win out of it, right? He had just lost the world title to Gunther the month prior. Okay, that's good. Dirty Dom, he can take an L all day long, twice on Sunday, right? That's great. And so now we're going to get to the third match. And it's like, okay, this is the second singles match and the third match between Liv and Rhea. Where do we go from here? Because if you book them in Hell in a Cell, then yeah, that would be the blow-off match. But if you not, which seemingly they're not as a recording of this video, it's like, okay, they're not doing a blow-off at Bad Blood. Like, there's more to it. So from a booking philosophy, you can't beat Rhea twice. I guess you could do a DQ or, a no contest finish, but that kind of seems lame. Rhea, she's the babyface in this feud, so why not you just not have Rhea, just have Rhea go over, right? Like, that would be the way to do it. And I think that's the beauty of it. You have Rhea go over, have her win the championship. It extends the feud. There's a built-in reason as to why you have a third match. You put some type of stipulation with it, right? Like, in a perfect world, I say you put Dirty Dom in a shark cage. I think that would be fun, and have them do like a hardcore match with it, right? Or a street fight, or whatever kind of no DQ type stipulation you want to throw with it, as long as Dirty Dom is not able to interfere. That would be my way of thinking about it, my way of going about it. And then you take it from there. I don't know, because these odds, they're not telling me that. These odds are telling me, nope, Rhea's losing and Liv's going over. And I don't know how you get out of it if you're trying to go to a third match. Hypothetically, I guess you could say, okay, Liv is going to go over, and she's going to do so with outside interference from Dirty Dom, and then it will be the third match. This is it. No more rematches. Dirty Dom is banned, or they're in a steel cage, or there's some type of stipulation in which he's not allowed to get inside of the ring. Yeah, then I could see them doing like that. But until then, I don't know. I don't know how you get there, but I'm very curious to see where they go, because as I've said for months, this feud has been the talk of the town. It has been one of the biggest feuds that WWE has been able to put